Subject analysis of Doomslayer, January 24th. This is Dr. Elena Richardson, log entry 002. Subject analysis of Doomslayer, January 24th, 2163. There is no chance that the subject is a demon. We have blood samples pulled from the Mars base event that show his blood type is AB positive. He is male with a genome that makes him very much a member of the human race. But the enhanced strength, speed, and athleticism would indicate otherwise. But we can see from the blood samples that there are foreign bodies present of unknown origin. I cannot, as a contributing member of the scientific community, agree with the assumption by some of my colleagues that he is, for lack of a better word, a god, an avenging angel, the right hand of doom here to save humanity from its sins. But I cannot ignore that the timing of his arrival, the identity of his enemies, the fire and brimstone element to this catastrophe we currently find ourselves in it has definitely shaken my scientific resolve.
Yo, mic check, mic check. Let me just run my audio. Hopefully I'm not peeking right now. I streamed for way longer, for like 3 hours. And I took a break, and I looked at the audio, and the audio was scuffed, so it doesn't matter. I just propped up the video. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I just want to go for a little bit longer. I just want to check my audio again, just make sure I'm straight. I don't know, it sounded decent, so I don't know what was wrong with the last song. Alright, what was I gonna? Oh yeah, I'm installing. I got a lot of stuff done actually. It's actually pretty insane. This right here is a KVM that I'm spinning up, but it's actually taking forever. Almost doxed myself, but that's just my that's just my subnet. But yeah, you can see the Kimu thing. Basically it's taking up like 4.1 gigabytes right now. So yeah, that's pretty much going. But I basically have a test environment now, right? So let's go back. What's even my yeah, dude, when you're doing like this network programming and stuff, I just try to make sure I don't leak my IP, even though it really doesn't matter. But I don't really care about my LAN and the subnet and all the other dumb stuff. Hold on. But yeah, I basically built a test environment because I needed an isolated kernel in order for me to do stuff, because I couldn't use LXC because it doesn't have a separate isolated kernel. They share the same kernel, but everything else is pretty much different. So I had to use KVM and all the other stuff. So I'm using virtual shell VIRSH. My first time using this. So basically I made two like bash scripts, which basically so let's go over the remake. I did this live stream, it was so scuffed. But basically was streaming for like 3. I've been programming for probably about 8 hours today at least. But yeah, basically what this does is it just basically allows me to spin up different, like multiple KVMs And what I do with those, literally all I'm doing is, probably is better not to even show you the remake. So you guys literally just remake it. It's probably better to go to S1. Let's see. Why am I SDN into S1? Invim into S1. Well, you know what? It would have been way better if I just didn't what's in. I got a sudo dot for netsim. Oh. But yeah. So basically, I spin up at least 2 KVMs, right? So I have a client KVM with this IP address, and then I have a bridge. I connect it to the bridge, and then basically all of the traffic, all the fake traffic, will go through this interface into the basically the exit node or the exit KVM, which is basically simulating like a tail scale or like a wire guard or whatever kind of setup. And then this is kind of like the gateway or like the router IP, right? So it's going out into like the broader internet, but it just drops all the packets and everything, so it just drops off the face of the earth. But it does respond with fake responses and stuff like that. So let's say this generates like DNS requests, HTTP requests, all that kind of different TCP, all that kind of stuff. It will generate, like packets, send it through the exit KVM, and then I can put my SDN in between, and I can do routing and stuff, and test stuff out. And then once it hits here, it just drops, and then this sends fake stuff back, right? So it sends fake stuff back to the client KVM. But yeah, and you basically kind of can see. So this right here is the IP address, and this right here is the bit mask. So it's 24. I think 24 is like 254, 256 or something like that. Yeah, so it just allocates these addresses, so it's pretty cool. But I didn't think that these KVMs would take this long. This has been doing this for probably like at least 40 minutes. Probably 40. Well, I wouldn't say at least 40 minutes. Maximum like 40 minutes. But this right here is Debian. I tried to do Ubuntu, but I think I messed up the ISO. I downloaded 4 different ISOs. I think I did Debian, Ubuntu server, I did Fedora, and something else. I don't remember what it was. It was like the top 4 just to play around with. But I might just spin them up and then just keep. I was gonna spin them up and then just get rid of them, but depending on seeing how long this stuff is taking, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I'm just gonna play around. I got a lot of stuff done though. Hold on 1 second. Alright. Let's just hope my audio isn't stuff anymore. I probably got like an hour left in me. It's like literally 9 o'clock. and I've been programming like pretty much. I've been working like all day. All right. I'm probably not gonna be able to test anything tonight just because this is taking forever. And I don't even really want to use Debian. I want to use Ubuntu, but my Ubuntu ISO that I installed was messed up, and I couldn't because the kernel. It couldn't find a kernel. I don't know what was wrong with this. So I'm gonna have to delete that ISO and download another one from website. I don't know what was wrong with that, but I'll do that later. It's not really an issue. Basically, I got a lot of stuff done. I got an event logger. I did a lot of the event logger earlier. I did socket. I got the socket going for the control plane. Honestly, I probably need to implement the. What am I missing? I'm pretty sure I got some. I'm pretty sure I got some to-dos somewhere. I just need to work on the actual Lua binding functions, right? So basically, what I decided on doing was, instead of hard coding everything in C, and basically compiling everything into one huge executable file, right? What I'm gonna do is I am going to expose bindings to Lua, right? And basically what you'll be able to do is write your own policy files. And what that basically means is the whole point of this kind of like software is called Hood's Gates, by the way. If you know, you know. It's from Malazan, however you want to call it, right? It's depending on how you want to pronounce it. But if you know, Hood's Gate is basically like a term in the fantasy series where it's basically just Hood's Gate is basically like Hood is basically a name for a god that is death, right? And they use like warrens and gates and stuff, and it's kind of like symbolic of going into their realm or whatever. But that's basically why I named it, because I'm actually reading through Malazan right now. So I'm going back through the first book again. But yeah, that's where the name comes from. But I'm gonna basically expose bindings to Lua, so I gotta do those. But actually, I gotta finish the functions first, so I need to do that. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. I got pretty much everything else. Like I mean, the skeleton is there. Like, honestly, it's just like a matter of hooking things up. I got the socket going, so I'm gonna be able to get commands. I'm gonna expose the API for user commands, right? So I want to do a lot of cool stuff, but I want to do stuff in Lua. Basically, I'll just kind of like set up the bones in C, and then I expose Lua bindings, and that way you can reload policy files, and you won't have to ever bring down the control plane to actually implement any like rules, right? So you can basically implement routing rules and stuff like that. So let's say if I have a tail-scale network and I have however many devices connected. Let's say, for instance, I got 2 devices and they each have their own assigned. Well, let's say I got 3 devices and one is an ASIC node. 2 of the devices have their own like unique tail-scale IPs, and you can basically set in rules for those, right? So let's say I want my MacBook that's connected to my tail-scale to route through the exit node and then go to a MOVAD VPN, right, or something like that. Or I want, let's say I'm doing web scraping from my home network and I want to be a little bit more I don't want my IP to get banned, so I route my let's say I route my web scraping traffic that I spawn from a server in my house, or like a server, or even my MacBook itself, or anything, right, that's on my telnet. I can route it through a Tor proxy or something like that, right? Just like stuff like that, and you can just do it on the fly. I'm basically gonna create a PWA app. I'm gonna use Go, HTMX, and I'm going to use raw, just raw CSS. I'm not gonna use Tailwind or like that. I really want to keep it as small as possible because I want you to be able to like use HoodsGate and like embed like anywhere you can install Tailscale. I want to be able to install HoodsGate as well, right? But even if you don't use Tailscale, you could use something else. You could just use like plain old like WireGuard or something. But if you install HoodsGate, then you'll be able to control the ASIC nodes, like either a ASIC node or multiple ASIC nodes, and you'll be able to like basically just like control traffic and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty cool, and you can do everything from the website or the a PWA app is a progressive web app. If you don't know, basically what a progressive web app is it allows you to install an app. I like PWAs because not many people know about PWAs, and the people that I've seen implement PWAs, they're pretty dope. They work just like how you would an app, how you would expect an app to work. That's basically what a PWA is, right? And you can get it to where it's pretty close to an app experience. Obviously it's still a web app, it's still a web application, but it kind of looks like a native, mobile application. So I'm gonna do a PWA, and then I want the user to be able to use their own Lua files to update the policies and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm aiming for right now. But that's kind of like the when I finish everything, right? It's like that's kind of like what I wanted to turn into. I really want to finish this like this week, before Friday, or maybe like on Friday. I want to finish this. Like I'm not tired of this. I just want to. I kind of want to go back to web scraping and doing Go and stuff. So I want to build something else too. I don't want to say what it is, but I want to build something else. But I'm having fun with this. It's really my first time using C. And it's been a little minute. It's been a hot minute, so it's been fun coming back to C and like kind of getting closer to, to the bare metal, to the actual nuts and bolts of everything, right? So, but yeah, I'm pretty much done with a lot of like top level stuff. So honestly, I'm just kind of getting deeper in here. I had an idea. Well, no, this is specifically for Lua. I don't know how I'm gonna implement that yet, though. I need to do research. But basically, I'm thinking about making a VM to separate out the policy logic so that you don't crash the control plane. When you update policies and stuff like that, it'll basically not crash the actual control plane itself. So I'm thinking about doing like a little VM to run that stuff in, so it doesn't take down everything. But yeah, basically what I really need to work on is these two files, these two kind of like modules per se. They're really not libraries. Like I would honestly say like HoodsGate is a library. These kind of like two modules within it, and it basically just kind of building out the control plane. But cause you see I don't really have too much of anything in here. I just have CP state, signal handler, create or get a VPN configuration, which I don't have implemented yet. Actually, you know what? We might just do the VPNs right now. But the thing about the VPNs is, I have no clue how I'm gonna implement that because I don't even know how. I've never actually used a VPN on an ASIC node before. In terms of like, I don't know how to hook it up, if that makes sense. I need to research that because usually when I use a VPN, it's usually like an integrated app, like on my phone or something like that. I never actually like use the VPN in the way that I'm about to use the VPN, where it's coming out, like all my traffic is coming out of exit node, and I have like multiple destinations like going in and out of an exit node, and trying to figure that whole part out. Like, what's the integration with different VPN services to where it's like plug and play, right? Is it just like a server and then I can just send it to the server? I don't know yet. But like, you can see what I got right now. I don't really know. This is really not doing anything. Honestly, that's kind of what I did, was just a server, right? Because look, it's just string comparing. Whatever position in the VPN configs array. What is even in there? It's been I haven't touched this in a minute. Did I do it in the trial? What is that? The server cp stay. So cp stay dot number VPN. No. So yeah, cp stay VPN configs. No, that's not it. Where is this coming from? Am I tripping right now? VPN configs. Signal analytic running. Yeah, I'm not. I have to be tripping, right? CP underscore state dot. No, it is a field. It's configuration. Oh, you know where it's coming from? It's the wrong thing, statement here. Because of the type. Oh wait, that's .c. .h. State. That's where it's coming from. So CP control plane type, which is this. Which is, yeah. So it's just an array. It's just an array. VPN configs. Configuration type. Okay, I got you. It's been a minute. It's like one of the first things I did, and I just kind of like forgot about it. Yeah. So it's basically just a server name, an endpoint. So VPN endpoint address. Maybe, yeah, just like a server name. Whether it's connected or not. Routing table ID to match it to the kernel routing table. Yeah, now this part, the interface name, like this was confusing me because I didn't know whether whether you get an interface or not. Hopefully I don't scuff my audio. I'll check eventually. How does integrating a VPN service like Molvat work for an exit node? I should say, that's not even say exit node. Let's just say for a server, for a local server work. I have no clue, so let's figure this out. I'm not gonna switch my screen because I don't miss some audio. Especially this one missing my audio last time. I gotta fix it. I ate food. I didn't fix it. Really, just like an hour power, because I was like, damn, I made like a 3-hour video and I privated it. So I was like, well, fuck. So I was like, okay, I'll make this like hour power. Plus, I still want to code a little bit after I get out of here. I'm crashing. I did a lot today. So integrating a VPN service like Movad with a local server typically involves configuring the server to route the traffic through the VPN, allowing secure access to the server from remote locations. This is achieved by setting up a VPN client on the server and ensuring that local network sharing is enabled for seamless access to local resources or connect to the VPN. This literally came from Tailscale. Hold on. Look at this Tailscale docs. Yeah, but this is talking about a goddamn. It's somewhat add-on. We don't care about. We're not paying for that. We can build it ourselves. This can be achieved by setting. Oh, I also looked at. I'm gonna do a Diablo 2 inspired web app or like PWA. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm really going heavy with the whole like kind of like death thing. Like kind of like the dark, like grimy, like grim dark kind of feel. Especially like with the whole branding and everything. When I actually like finish this and like release it for myself, and then other people can use it if they want to. I really don't care. So this can be achieved by setting up a VPN client on the server and ensuring that local VPN, ensuring they will seamless access to local resources. The Tailscale documentation is absolutely trash. Okay, so at least with Movad, you have to download and install the Movad VPN app on your server. It supports various operating systems, including Windows, macOS, and Linux. You gotta create an account. So you generate a Movad account number on their website or through the app. I think you pay with crypto and stuff too with Movad. Configure VPN settings, right? So enable local network sharing. They have a docs for this? Exploring full tunnel VPN. Let's see. Somebody made docs. Okay. So you get a virtual tunnel interface. So virtual tunnel interface is the same as just virtual interface. It acts as an interface to a software like the Movad client, and doesn't let you send traffic directly. Like the Movad client, and doesn't let you send traffic directly on a wire. So this type of network interface will allow us to send traffic into the Movad VPN client software, which will then perform its typical operations like encrypting and properly sending it to the Movad servers. We have a problem here, as after we have this interface, our kernel will not know by itself that traffic is supposed to go there, and in case we manually add, what is this? And in case we manually add a default route using the interface, it will basically end up in a loop and not know how to reach the Movad servers, but those are supposed to forward our traffic. Yeah, policy-based routing, which is basically my whole thing. So the Linux kernel uses policy-based routing to handle routing decisions based on certain criteria beyond traditional destination IP addresses and subnet masks. When activating the Movad VPN, you're adding another routing table. The Linux kernel can then be told to look up our Movad VPN routing table if it matches specific criteria. For instance, a firewall mark, FW mark is used to tag packets with specific identifier within Linux kernel networking stack. That means it's only inside of the software that handles networking. In Linux, this is not modified traffic that is sent on the wire. Routing table with Movad. Default configuration. So they have a default. Oh, it's actually a really good resource. Actually, a really good resource. It's actually what I got right here is pretty this is pretty much it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I genuinely might not have to change anything. And then a specific number of policies, VPN configurations. So you can have multiple VPN clients if you want to. I can already see that going. And I got it on event journal. I did a lot with event journals. I don't think I need to really do anything. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This looks really mostly perfect, to be honest.
We will require assistance in order to locate the final Hell Priest. I believe Dr. Hayden can help us with our search. I will calibrate the portal to the ARC's command station.
I just opened twice.
Dr. Hayden is just across the complex. This industrial campus was once the headquarters of the Resistance. The entrance into Dr. Hayden's outpost is blocked. 2 peripheral turrets identified. Calculating optimal firing path. Confirmed. You could use both turrets to clear a path. I will mark them for you.
Table ID.
One moment. Override successful.
Okay, just get the VPN configuration. Basically, all CFG connected is just an integer, so it just determines whether it's true or false or not. Connecting the VPN interface. I mean, it's honestly simulate the connection. Basically, the interface name, the size of the interface name, and whatever my interface.
You have now destroyed 68% of Hell's occupying force. Without the priests, the demons will not consume Earth as the Khan Maker had planned. But there is still one priest left, and I have lost his soul.
SN print F is basically whatever I'm putting that into that, right? So honestly, yeah, I think the only logic I'll have to add is literally just figuring out the process of different VPN providers, and then making like making it plug and play, so that way the user can do it from a UI or from commands, right? Because I do want to expose the API via the HTTP server, so I want to do it like, you know, via UI, and then because basically what the UI is going to do is literally just call the API, so that way you can bypass the UI and just go directly to the API if you want to. So you can do everything programmatically as well, but it's just going to be nice to have my own little app that I can use on my phone, so I don't have to actually, you know, get on my computer or anything like that. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't need to do anything. I genuinely don't need to do anything here. Let's see what this policy is looking like. I'm gonna be honest, this might be a way shorter video, because if I don't really want to tackle anything right now, I'm not gonna start anything, I'm not gonna finish right now. What is 0666? I don't know what that one is. I know 755 is like executable. I don't know what 066 permission is. I don't know why I didn't put. Let me actually search it. Shimai 066 permission. No, it gives you a lot. It means that users input the same. means means that all users
Searching the coordinates to the BFG 10,000 now.
can read and write, but cannot. What can I execute the file such? In this case, it's just a file. What is a control socket just the same as the CP state socket? More than likely how to find it. It was policy in it. I did that already though. Okay, so the socket, it's gonna kind of be a little bit weird because I want to set up logic that will basically fall back. So let's say if a server crashes, or or the control plane or the server that's hosting a control plane, like this control plane crashes or something, like, or exits or something like that, I want to have fallback that'll, if you got multiple exit nodes, then it'll spin up the control plane on the other exit node with all of the stateful data or whatever, right? Because more than likely you're gonna have a internal network that's like WireGuard, or basically Tailscale is just WireGuard or whatever. So you can just send that to the other server, to the other exit node, and then it can just spin up the control plane once the actual other control plane crashes or something happens to it. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I want it to happen, but you can say stuff. I want to do it and check for duplicates. Yeah, if I do this, I'm gonna have to completely change the way that I do this. Dev log, empty add, more true. Could do something like that.
You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity. I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people's survival against mine.
Socket B. Socket B. Basically, socket returns a file descriptor, and then I want to find the file. How the hell do I do that? So you basically you memset the struct, the address of the struct. You memset it to the address of the address, literally the address of the address, but in this case the address. With that in the size of the actual struct. AF Unix. This is the family. Unit socket. This is the protocol. And then this is the type. So you can set that to 0. And I believe this returns a negative number. If this is basically, if this is like -1, then it's an error. Basically what I need to do is memset this. So it says memset, and actually, you know what sometimes I like to do, let's see, this essentially is the only option on this computer. If so, it should be safe to install the Grow bootloader to no. Yes, I do. Still like 50%. So I don't know. Let's see. What was I about to do? I was about to do memset. Just because I want to familiarize myself with more of these C function. Trying to like, it's just only thing I like about C is the positional arguments, right? Like, and you know how coming from like different languages, the positional arguments is usually a lot better. In C, you just gotta remember that stuff. So memset takes memset is a pointer to a void, and it's basically it's wanting a void S. It's wanting an integer and a size C of n. So fills the first number of bytes. So that's where the address is coming from. So the first number of bytes of the memory area pointing to with S, with the constant byte C. Right. So with the constant byte C, return value function return a pointer to the memory area. It really doesn't matter about the pointer because we are providing it with 1, so we don't need to capture it. It doesn't. So it takes address 0 and what was the last thing was the size of the struct. Sock adder. Memset that, and then you can do ADR dot sun dot family equals AF underscore Unix, and then it's saying you do string copy address sun path, and basically string copy is literally string copy, literally like nothing crazy. Yeah, I think it's just sock stream. Or wait, what was that? Is it 2 different sock streams? No, it isn't. I think it's, I don't think it really makes a difference. Actually, it's not sock stream. It's my socket path that I want. It's basically literally just copying it over into this path. Wait, where did it go? This.
Your crucible is still embedded in the type that attacked this Sentinel city. Your first battle
Where did it go? I can't remember this.
where the legend of the Slayer began. The Slayer has no
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Oh wait, Ari, I'm slow. It's definitely time for me to go to sleep. I didn't even need to do that because I already did it. I didn't even need to do that. Wait, yeah. It's definitely time for me to go to sleep. So I was like, wait, when did I do that? Then I was like, okay. If bind the struck address pointer casting the address of that size of the address. Basically just copying that. Let's check out bind. Yeah, just binds a name to the socket. Takes that when socket's created, they send the namespace. Yeah, we don't really need that. No success, zeros return. Not really that complicated. So we don't really care. Listen is pretty self-explanatory. And then we just went through and looked at the permissions. That's cool. Wait, do I have an event logger on this? Why don't I have an event logger on this? Oh, I did do this earlier. It's probably a while. Do I not?
If you had let the culling continue, the human race you fight to protect would have survived.
Let me see how I did the.
Resurrect the icon of sin. He will devour Earth and leave your home world in ruins. Life on your planet shall never return.
You know what I did?
Be yet another world you brought to extinction. This stronghold will now serve as your prison. With no power, you can do no more harm to our mission, and we may continue the work that must be done.
It's annoying. I think I actually accidentally did this at the top level. I'm gonna delete the other one and use this one. I guess this video is just a lot more explanatory. I didn't really need to do a lot. I did a lot of stuff beforehand. Where did I put that? I think I just put it in H. I don't need this. Do I need this? Do I want? I might keep this. No, I'm not gonna keep this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need that. All right, we cooking. Honestly, look like I didn't do a lot, but I mean, I already did everything I kind of wanted to do. So honestly, I'm gonna end it right here. Close to an hour. I mean, it's unfortunate because I did stream for like 3 hours. What it is, what it is. So, yeah, that's basically what I got done and accomplished so far. I want to be done with this by Friday or Saturday, so I'm gonna try to hold myself accountable to that. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll try and stream tomorrow. I'm trying to stream a couple times a week at least, you know, just because I don't know, just this streaming kind of reminds me of when I used to game a lot, and just kind of like keeps me focused and in the zone. So I kind of like streaming just to code, just keep myself accountable and stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been Wayne Cole. I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Yeah.